Hey, happy day 789. And I'm playing with a bag of rocks today because the idiom that I shared on Supersize Your Business was leave no stone unturned. And you're probably wondering, why do you have a box? Why do you have a box? Okay, I have to have a box. So why do you have a bag of rocks? I love rocks. Rocks are one of my favorite things. They are one of the cool things you can find in nature that remind you of a place that you've been, that are just beautiful and fun. And these were actually rocks I've collected from around the world that were in my front garden when I recently moved. And that's why I have this little bag of rocks with me at my ready when I need to talk about not giving up, not quitting, not continuing to look for answers till you find the answers that you need. Kind of like people are looking for toilet paper these days. And I hate that I even hopped on that bandwagon because I think it's so ludicrous. But we need to leave no stone unturned during this time, but actually in every time of our life when we're looking for solutions, when we're looking for change, when we're noticing that we're not feeling light or good or happy about any situation in our life, we need to make changes. And we're in this huge opportunity of mass forced change, right? Never before have we spent so much time with our families and those people that we live with and love with and care about. Never before physically have we spent that much time with them and this much time with them. And it's going to be another 28, 29 days for sure, at least where I am in my home state of Wisconsin. And who knows, I think that there are ways that we will be forever changed because of this pandemic. We will be, as a rate, as like humans, we will be forever changed. How we interact, how we do business, how we are with other people will be forever changed. And I am one that believes we will be forever changed in a positive way, not in a negative way. Will negative things happen during this pandemic? Absolutely. Are people going to die? Is it terrible? Absolutely. But overall, will we, if we choose to, find the opportunities, find the possibility, find the changes that we as a world need to move forward and be better than we have been? Because there's a lot of stuff in the world that hasn't been awesome lately. If I think of just the negativity and the politics and the meanness and the cruelty and the unkindness and the judgment and the prejudice that has crept in, and the evil that's crept into our world over the last I would say the last 10 years, the last, and I don't, it's not about politics, it's just about people and for advancing their own agendas and doing what they want for themselves, despite what they say, despite what they're supposed to do, and they should be doing, and not what they should be doing, but how they should treat other people. I think that there's been this huge, and there's always pockets of kindness and good examples of people, but it's felt lately like people are following the negative. They're following the flashy and the showy and the people that aren't real. They're following the people, it's interesting to me how quiet some of our biggest influencers are, some of our biggest athletes and famous people and entertainers and actors and actresses have been throughout this whole challenge, because they're not necessarily leaders, right? They're spokespeople for other people's thinking, which is that their agenda or someone else's agenda? The media is definitely not quiet, but whose agenda are they advancing? Are they sharing information to make us feel better and more secure and happy and to know what to do and confident? Or are they spreading hate and rumors and nonsense and BS about about our president, number one, about, and our other politicians? I heard, and I do not watch the news. I think I've been really upfront about, I don't watch the news because I lost my respect for journalists a long time ago, and I thank goodness, I think I shared this the other day, I am so glad that I switched. I was going to school for journalism. I first went to Marquette University in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, because it was a great journalistic school and I wanted to be a journalist. And I am so thankful and grateful that I changed my mind and decided to be an engineer instead, because that industry has changed so much in the last 30 years. It's just, I find it embarrassing. I actually find that it's embarrassing and that there's very little integrity there. And it's not even it's not even tried to be presented as real news. They're living off the reputation that they had decades ago of being fair and impartial and reporting what's going on, and it's all just propaganda. You know, it reminds me of the old films that they played at the movies in other countries, in communist countries, to brainwash people, because that's a lot of what's going on in our country today. And it's up to us each individually to say, yeah, I'm not going to participate in that. You know, the same thing goes on in social media and online. People get sucked in to the drama and the nonsense. It reminds me of high school. You know, all the high school games and manipulation certain people would play to win other people over, for popularity contests. You know, it's for social status, it's for popularity, it's mostly for greed and money. If you dig down and find the intent behind things and consider the source, my advice to people is always consider the source. If I'm watching a news source and I know that I'm thinking about, well, what's their agenda? Why are they showing this story instead of another? Why would anyone ever get online and say, or get on the media and say that, I guess, number one, that this pandemic is a political issue? Why would anyone ever get and say that calling it or saying that the flu came from China is xenophobic? I mean, come on, people. It's where it came from. And so I just find, I'm really irritated, and I wouldn't have watched the media even if, you know, I watched the media in 9/11. That's the last time I participated in the media, you know, for any amount of time. And it's because it's like why I stopped listening to the radio a long, long time ago. I want to be able to think for myself and then analyze, collect information, and then decide what something means for me and for those I love and care about, or for my business, or for whatever it is I'm doing. I don't want other people thinking for me, and if I am feeding my mind a lot of television or a lot of radio, I'm being influenced by what the radio announcer thinks. I'm being influenced by what the news broadcaster thinks. And guess what? They have a different agenda than I do. They want to get ratings. They want people watching their newscast. I want to be informed, and that's a very different intent when I'm looking for information, right? And I think a lot of us right now are looking for information. So you know what? I actually listen to my sister, who I know she watches the Task Force every day and listens to that, and then tells me what's going on. And then, you know, I've still got family that listens to things, so they give me some information, and I still filter it through. Is this important? What does this mean to me? And I think if we do that and we move forward thinking for ourselves and taking 100% personal responsibility for our own thoughts and feelings, and how we're reacting to things, and how we're understanding things, and how we're choosing to be and show up, we'll all get through this a lot better, and we'll feel a lot better. And I guarantee that we'll survive this, and we will be much better off, even though it might not feel like it for a period of time, because change is hard, right? Change is painful, and change causes us to grow and be more than we were before, and be better than we were before, if we choose to be better than we were before. And I would hope that we would all choose that. So I know that we'll all be fine. And there's going to be, just like everything else in life, right? There's always little bumps in the road. This is a giant bump for most people. This is the biggest mountain that the vast majority of people in this world will ever face or climb. And so it's a huge time of unrest and change and doubt, worry, and fear for people. And that's absolutely normal. Every time we're faced with a huge challenge, we are afraid, because maybe we're not sure that we can make it through. I guarantee you can make it through. We're not sure, you know, where the mortgage payment's going to come from. I guarantee your mortgage payment will come. You'll be fine. You know, that's an easy industry. I used to be a realtor and a broker, and I was in that, not the mortgage industry, but I was in the business that related to that. That's easy. All they're going to do, gang, is they're going to tack your missed payments onto the end of your mortgage. That's an easy fix. That's just a computer number, right? That's like money too. We're all freaking out about money, but money is just paper. Money has been something. It's just been paper for a long time now. So we will be okay. Our businesses, should we choose to keep working on them, will be okay. We will survive if we continue to find ways to serve the people that we've been serving better, faster, easier, more efficiently, and more effectively, and in now more safer, health conscious ways than we have been in the past. And if we're using this time that we have in positive ways to move us forward in our life, those are the people that are going to rise above this challenge and be the ones that are the future leaders of this world and this world, because they're the ones that people are looking to now and in the future to make the world a better place, to move us forward. So leave no stone unturned when you're looking for what you can do, what you can do. Now, what you can't do right now, I guarantee the people that are focusing on, oh, I can't go to the health club, I can't do this, I can't go to the store, I can't go out to the bars, I can't party with my friends. If you're focusing on that, I guarantee you're miserable right now. You are freaking out and miserable and having meltdowns every day. But if you're focusing on, oh my God, here's my to-do list, here's the stuff I've been wanting to do forever, here's a subject I've always been interested in, I'm gonna use this time to explore it, to read about it, to learn about it, to study it, to maybe find an online course about it, to watch some YouTube videos about it. If you're focusing on what you can do, go out, take a walk. You can still go out and take a walk. You can ride your bike. I mean, there's all kinds of things that we can do. The people that are focusing on what they can do are getting through this just fine. I was thinking about it this morning when I woke up, and I'm like, you know, my days are very much the same as they were before this. I mean, what I'm doing right now is very much the same as what I was doing before. Now, there's some reasons I've had some health challenges, and so I've been physically distancing myself from people for a couple of years now, and so maybe that's why it's not affecting me as much as a lot of other people. But I also think it's because if we choose to look at things in a way that makes us feel good, we move toward that. I'm trying to think of, I know that I have stepped up my vigilance about sanitation and being careful and reminding the people that come in contact with me that they need to do that too. And my kids remind me, yeah, Mom, we got this. And I went out with my daughter the other day, and I saw her routine, and I'm like, all right, I'm now not the least bit worried about you. You got this. But until you see it, sometimes it's hard to know that everything's okay. Anyway, live challenge workshop day 5 today, and we are talking about the 7 key areas of your life that you got to have and pay a little bit of attention to. We're talking about before, during, and after a challenge. Some key things that if you do these, they make your challenges so much more effective and you get much better results. I think we'll talk about it, probably 7, otherwise it gets too long. Obviously I don't have any time talking too much or too long, so I want to cut that back a little. Fun challenge today was about a place for everything and everything in its place. Hey, never in the history of the world have you had time to clean and organize your house. Clean your room, decide where you want to put stuff, organize things, do a project around the house, tidy up and organize things. Heck, fold your underwear in your underwear drawer. There's always things that you can do to move forward and to use the time that we've got that we haven't had before. Heck, you can do a lot of those things while you're watching the series on Netflix or something. So you can like kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You can be entertained and accomplish things around the house that, you know, maybe your folks or other people have been saying, okay, you could take care of this mess. I might have heard those things before, especially when I was a teenager. But now we've got the opportunity to do some of those things. That's it. I've got a gazillion things to do today, and the 4-year-old will be here soon. So I want to make sure I chop, chop, zip, zip, and get on to the things that I want to do to move forward in my life and the life of those I love and care about. If I can help you in any way, if you are freaking out and struggling in your business or your life, and you're just like, I don't even freaking know what to do next, I don't know what to do, hit me up in the comments below. Geez, maybe you can just bounce it off of me, and you just need somebody to listen to you, and you really, guess what the secret is? You really do know what to do. You do know what to do next. Every single one of us knows what we individually need to do to take care of ourselves next. And a lot of times it's just stop the crazy thinking and take a deep breath, go out, get some fresh air, and realize you got this. You'll figure this out. We will all figure this out. And we'll all figure it out together, physically distanced, but we'll figure it out together. But if you're just really freaking out and struggling and you're having a hard time, just ask. And if I don't know the answer, you know what, and I'm not going to tell you what to do because I don't know your whole situation. You can't even tell me your whole situation. But if it's, What can I do to serve my customers? What can I do right now to feel better? If it's any kind of question like that, hit me up in the comments below, and we'll figure it out together, okay? Because nobody should feel like they're alone and that they don't know what to do right now, or they don't know the next thing to do to be okay in this situation or any other situation. All right, have an amazing day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye.